Okay, our parsha this week is Parshas Tissa. Parshas Tissa is part of the 5 parashiyot at the second half of Sefer Shemot that deals with the Binyan Mishkan. But in the middle of the parsha we have the story of the Egel, and we'll try to just enhance our understanding of what's really happened there. Apparently it seemed very, very unbelievable that after the Jewish people saw the 10 plagues in Mitzrayim, קריאס ים סוף, אין מעמד הר סיני, פנים בפנים דיבר השם עמכם בהר מתוך האש. You cannot just think how could be that they made the Egel. Now the Egel is not what we think. Apparently it seems like Avodah Zarah, and it's mentioned that it's considered Avodah Zarah, but it's not really the way it is when you go through the psukim that describe what really happened there and understanding in the deep thing, in the deep, from deeper level. Let's just mention a few of the psukim that everybody familiar with, and I want to make some emphasizes that when we put them together, we'll see maybe a different way to look at Chet HaEgel. The Torah describes the following. Let's mention before that in the second commandment in the Aseret HaDibrot, לא יהיה לך אלוהים אחרים על פניי. Now, let me just mention one thing that I don't want anybody to be in shock. You know that the word Elohim is used in the Torah b'leshon chol, not b'leshon relate to Hashem. So, when it's like lo yeh lecha Elohim acherim al panai, obviously Hashem speaking, and he's speaking about different gods, Elohim acherim. You are allowed to say it the way it is, okay? So don't be in shock if I mention that again and again, okay? Because over here, this is the main thing. So, Hashem commands us, לא יהיה לך אלוהים אחרים על פניי, לא תעשה לך פסל וכל תמונה, etc. And then 40 days later, Moshe Rabbeinu went to the mountain. He told them in advance, I'm going to be there for 40 days. So the Torah describes the following. וירא העם כי בושש משה לרדת מן ההר. So what was the problem? The problem was that Moshe Rabbeinu is not here. And he's not coming, and he didn't take with him anything. For 40 days, probably he will not come again. ויקהל העם על אהרון. And the question is, why על אהרון? If you remember, at the end of Parashat Mishpatim, Moshe Rabbeinu, before he went to the mountain, he said to the people, והנה אהרון וחור עמכם מי בעל דברים ייגש אליהם. If anybody has anything to ask, Aharon and Hur. Hur was his nephew, the son of Miriam. Here it's mentioned in the Torah that the Am went to Aharon. ויקהל העם על אהרון. And now what they asking from him? ויאמרו אליו, קום עשה לנו אלוהים אשר ילכו לפנינו, כי זה משה האיש אשר העלנו מארץ מצרים לא ידענו מה היה לו. Meaning, they want substitution for Moshe. It's mentioned, כי זה משה האיש. They do not want substitution to Hashem, chas v'shalom, but to Moshe. So what's the idea? Moshe is not here, so what will be the substitute? עשה לנו אלוהים. And this is funny, I mean, what's the idea? He himself, Aaron, could not be instead of Moshe. We need something better. And what's the something better? That you will make it. How do you make somebody that will be, or something that will be substitute to Moshe? Okay, that's the question. ויאמר עליהם אהרון. So what Aaron says? פרקו נזמי הזהב אשר באוזני נשיכם, בניכם ובנותיכם, והביאו אליי, bring me your jewelries. And he mentioned over here, yours, your wives, and your children. ויתפרקו כל העם את נזמי הזהב אשר באוזניהם ויביאו אל אהרון. So the Torah mentioned over here, the Medrash mentioned, you're probably all familiar with that, of course, that the wives of the Nashim refused to cooperate in this. when they will be asked to give a donation for the Mishkan, they were very happy, but not for Avodah Zorah, right? So, because they were so in ecstasy, they gave their jewelries. Okay? ויביאו אל אהרון. ויקח מידם, ויצר אותו בחרת. So he took all those jewelries, and he melted in something called cheret. We have to understand what cheret is. Apparently it's a form. Okay? ויעשהו עגל מסכה. And here comes the most amazing thing in the entire description. After he made it, the way he made it, עגל מסכה, they said, the declaration was, ויאמרו אלה אלוהיך ישראל אשר העלוך מארץ מצרים. First of all, אלה, it's plural. Why? אלוהיך ישראל אשר העלוך מארץ מצרים, this seems completely insane. Because a few minutes ago, it was a jewelry. How, retroactively, 90 days ago, they will took you out of Mitzrayim? It seems completely you cannot understand this. Okay, וירא אהרון, ויבן מזבח לפניו. Aaron saw the ecstasy, and so he made a מזבח לפניו, in front of this עגל. ויקרא אהרון ויאמר, חג להשם מחר. And this is also strange, because he mentioned over here Yud Kei Vav Kei, LaHashem. And Elokim is a common between Hashem, when it's Kodesh, but it could relate to other powers, our gods. But Yud Kei Vav Kei is exclusive to Hashem. So if it was a Kfira Hashem, how Aaron dared to say now Chag LaHashem Machar? He made for them substitution, apparently, for Hashem. So they do not want to hear from the old Hashem, and yet he said it. Okay? ויקימו למחרת ויעלו עולות ויגישו שלמים וישב העם לאכול ושתו ויקומו לשחק. It was a big party over there. למחרת. He tried to delay it to tomorrow. Maybe Moshe Rabbeinu will come and everything will be stopped. Okay. Meanwhile, upstairs, Hashem says to Moshe Rabbeinu, לך רד כי שכחת עמך, הנה כמקדם, and he saw the egel, and he broke the luchos. Then he came to Aharon and asked him, could you tell me what's really happened here? So the way this investigation of the case was, the Torah described it like this. Oh, before that, I mentioned another point. When Hashem informed Moshe Rabbeinu when he was up in the mountain, he told them, ויאמר השם אל משה, לך רד כי שיחת עמך. And again, two things you have to be aware of. First of all, Amcha, your nation. He relayed the nation to him, to Moshe. The other thing is the word shichet. And in Hebrew, you have to understand, it's a mistake in the grammar. It's not correct. It should be yishchit amcha. What's shichet amcha? So the Medrash bring that, and this is the thing behind everything over here, that when Moshe Rabbeinu went out of Mitzrayim, the Erev Rav came with him. And the Erev were many people, but two of them were the leaders of the Erev Rav, and those were Chartumei Mitzrayim. Just a reminder, when Moshe Rabbeinu came first to Paro, and he made before the first Makat, before Makat Adam, right? So Hashem told Moshe and Aaron, Ki yomar lechem Paro, tnu lachem mofet. Show that you are really the representative of what you say, the representative of God. So, קח את מתך והשלך לפני פרעה יהי לתנין, right? So he threw his mate and he became a snake, an alligator, or whatever. Paro called the Chartumim and they did the same. And it happened again in Makat Adam and in Makat Tzfardea, right? Whatever Moshe and Aaron did, the Chartumim did the same. The breaking point was for the Chartumim, not for Paro, at the Makat Hakinim, in the lice. They tried to do the same, but they could not do it. And then they came to Paro and told him, listen, he is not a magician. We are the most professional, high-level magician ever. If we could not do it, it's not magic. It's something else. Etzba Elokimi. It's a finger of God. So they were convinced at the time that Moshe Rabbeinu come from a different place. he has a different kind of power. What happened to them? They become admiring Moshe Rabbeinu. For them, he was the new master, the new guru, the new leader. And when the Makot was going on and on and on, it's mentioned, והאיש משה גדול מאוד בעיני עבדי פרעה ובעיני העם. He became greater and greater בעיני עבדי פרעה, the servants of Pharaoh, meaning the Khartoumim. So when they went out of Mitzrayim, they came to Moshe Rabbeinu and said, listen, we could not leave you. You are our leader. You are our master. We admire you. Can we come with you? And he said, why not? Why not? Let's take you. You understood that your former philosophy is not good. Come with me. Hashem was not happy with this. But Moshe Rabbeinu says, why not? Let's do Kiruv. Right? So the Zohar explained that the one who really made the Egel was the Khartoumim. We'll go to it later if we'll have time. But here, Moshe Rabbeinu, Hashem says to Moshe Rabbeinu, Lech red ki shichet amcha. And amcha, he referred to those Erev Rav that, and with the leadership of those Khartoumim that you took out of Mitzrayim. Shichet, beleshon PL, it's not hishchit, but shichet. They ruined the Jews. Shichet. They made the Jews sin. This is the meaning of the word shichet amcha. Okay. How it works, we'll see later. Okay. When Moshe Rabbeinu went down, he asked Aaron, what happened? מה עשה לך העם הזה כי הבאת עליו חטאה גדולה? So Aaron apologized and he said, אל יחרף אדוני, don't get mad at me. אתה ידעת את העם כי ברהו. The situation is not that good. ויאמרו לי, עשה לנו אלוהים אשר ילכו לפנינו, כי זה משה האיש, he described the thing. And then he said, ואומר להם למי זהב, do you have any gold? והתפרקו ויתנו לי, ואשליחהו באש, and I put it in the fire, ויצא העגל הזה. ויצא. It just come out. What do you mean it just come out? What was in your mind when you put this? I mean, Moshe could ask Aaron. When you put it, what do you think gonna happen? What do you plan to do? But here Aaron said, you know what? I didn't really mean it. It happened. ויצא העגל הזה. איך הוא יצא? How it come out? Right? Okay. Then at the end of the story, after Moshe Rabbeinu took the egel and burned it, it's mentioned also, ויעמוד משה בשער המחנה ויאמר מי להשם אליי ויאספו אליו כל בני לוי. שער, you for sure know, every time that it's mentioned in the Torah, שער is based in. ולקחת את האיש או את האישה אל שעריך, שופטים ושוטרים תיתן לך בכל שעריך. The based in, the court was in the שער. So Moshe went to based in, and he now want to put on trial all those people who worship the Egel. ויעמוד משה בשער המחנה ויאמר מי להשם אליי ויאספו אליו כל בני לוי. And he said, ויאמר להם כה אמר השם אלוקי ישראל שימו איש חרבו על ירחו עברו ושובו משער לשער במחנה וירגו איש את אחיו ואיש את רעהו ואיש את קרובו. When you read it just the way it is, it seems terrible. Just, make a slaughter. Just kill everybody that you see. That's not the case. עברו ושובו משער לשער במחנה. Make base deals and take people who were idol worshiper be'edim in Hatra and everything, and only those will be punished. ויעשו בני לוי כדבר משה, and very important, ויפול מן העם ביום ההוא כ3,000 איש. The ones who were put in trial and found out guilty because they purposely worshipped the Egel was only 3,000 people. Why I'm saying only, every person is amazing, but only because if you take the number, the general number, the number of the men from the age of 20 to the age of 60 went out of Mitzrayim was 600,000. 1% of it is 6,000. 0.5% is 3,000. So all the Jews that was involved in Chet HaEgel in a way that they really worship Avodah Zarah we're only 0.5%. And yet, it's our national sin. It's on all of us. And more than that, Hashem says to Moshe Rabbeinu, הרף ממני ואשמידם, ואכלם. I mean, from Midas Adin, without the tefillah of Moshe Rabbeinu, without the davening of Moshe Rabbeinu, Hashem said, Midas Adin says that the entire Jewish people should be wiped out because of this 0.5%. Okay, those are the points. Now let's go, and you have to be really, we're going now very high in order to understand what's really happening over here, to understand what's happening. As I said in the beginning, it doesn't make any sense that they will deny Hashem. Nobody could deny Hashem after you saw for 12 months the 10 Makot Mitzrayim, and then Kriyas Yam Suf, and then Ma'amad Har Sinai. Panim befanim diber Hashem imachem. So what happened? If you read the Psukim, it says clearly that they, as I mentioned before, want substitution to Moshe, not to Hashem. That was the purpose. That was the beginning. That was the intention. Now, we have to know that Moshe Rabbeinu called in the Torah by Hashem. Hashem called him Elohim. Not just Moshe Rabbeinu who Isha Elokim. He himself. Let me quote you 2 psukim. In the beginning, when he was in the sneh, the burning bush, he was arguing with Hashem and he said, it's not me, there are better people than me, I could not speak well, right? About the thing that he could not speak well, it mentioned that Hashem told him, I will quote the psukim, Vayomer, Halo Aharon Achicha Halevi, Yadati ki daber yedaber hu. If you're not able to speak, you're not feeling comfortable, you're talking, he will be your speaker. וגם הנה הוא יוצא לקראתך ורעך ושמח בליבו. He is coming toward you from Egypt and he will be happy to see you. ודיברת אליו ושמת את הדברים בפיו. You will talk to him and explain to him your mission, what I told you to do, to take the Jews out of מצרים. ואנוכי אהיה עם פיך ועם פיהו. And Hashem said, I will be with your mouth and with his mouth. והוריתי אתכם את אשר תעשו. And then the next pasuk says, ודיבר הוא לך אל העם, והיה הוא יהיה לך לפה, ואתה תהיה לו לאלוהים. So Hashem says about Moshe Rabbeinu, that Moshe Rabbeinu is the Elohim of Aharon. What is the meaning of this? And it repeats itself twice. This is Perek Daled. In Perek Zayin, when they were already in Mitzrayim, Hashem says, ויאמר השם אל משה, ראה נתתיך אלוהים לפרעה, ואהרון אחיך יהיה נביאך. So we're seeing that Hashem says about Moshe Rabbeinu that he is Elohim. What is the meaning of this? And here we have to understand what is the meaning of this word. In every word in Hebrew, in Lashon HaKodesh, we have a source, the root, and we have the main letters. The main letters in the word Elokim, with Hey, are 2 sets of letters. Either the letter Aleph Lamed Mem, which is in Hebrew a fourth, alimut, alam, alimut, in force, or the letter Aleph Yud Lamed, Aleph Yud Lamed, which is a name of an animal, a ram, ayil. In both cases, it's represent power. Power. Therefore, when Hashem says in עשרת הדיברות, לא יהיה לך אלוהים אחרים על פניי, we have to know that there is such a thing. Elohim, אחרים. Hashem said, the same way Hashem say, לא תרצח, לא תגנוב. Don't steal, don't murder. There is an ability to murder, don't murder. You don't do it. If there be no possibility, there is no point to warn about this, right? There is no a mitzvah in the Torah, don't fly. You cannot. But you could still, don't steal. If Hashem said, Lo yeh lecha Elohim achrim al parayim, meaning there is such a thing, but you are not allowed to relate to them, right? What is the meaning of Elohim achirim? When Hashem created the world is a combination of 2 things, the physical and the spiritual. The physical is receiving. The spiritual part of the creation is giving. Because it's giving, it's called power. Power is Elohim. Therefore, when the name Elohim relate to Hashem is always represent Midat Adin. When he is in power, he's judging people, right? When Hashem says to Moshe Rabbeinu, Re'en etaticha Elohim lePar'o, the meaning is, Paro is a king of Egypt, but from now on, you will be his dominator. He will work according to, you'll set the agenda now for him. And this is the same thing when he said before about Aaron, Hu yeh lecha lepe v'ata tiyeh lo leElohim. You will tell Aaron what to do. Okay? Now, after we find out that Moshe Rabbeinu called Elohim by Hashem, it's more understood why they ask Aaron, Boshesh Moshe lavo, Moshe is not here, Kum aseh lanu Elohim asher yelchu lefanenu, instead of Moshe. Because Moshe is the power that took us out of Mitzrayim, that led us. We need a leader instead of Moshe. Okay? So it's much better. It's much better. But we just started. Okay, so they came to Aaron, they want a leader. Aaron told them, give me your gold. And they gave him the gold, and he put it in this cheret. The Mefarshim says something very interesting. The Malbim mentioned that if you take the word cheret, it's all the letters are the letters that is in the word chartumim. Cheret chartumim. When we say that there is a writing, I don't know how to say it in English, ktav chartumim. When you write in gibberish, right? It's called ktav chartumim in Hebrew. Chartumim is lachrot, charita. Charita is engrave, right? So the chartumim, the way they works in their magic, in many things, was by writing things, doing things in not just with their hands, also with their mind, with their intention, whatever. So he put it in the cheret. What was in his mind? Okay, so here is something that mentioned again in the deeper sources. The Malbim bring it in the name of the Kabbalah sources. The Malbim says the following. Aaron was a Navi. Ve'aron achicha yeh neviecha. Aaron was a Navi. Aaron knew that when Moshe Rabbeinu is in the mountain for those 40 days to receive the Torah, among the other things that Hashem going to tell him to do is build the Mishkan. And in the Mishkan, there are many articles. The important one was the Aron. On the Aron was the Kaporet, and on the Kaporet was the Kruvim. So the Kruvim, in a way, are statues, right? But Hashem says to do it. Do those Kruvim. Aaron knew about it, and Aaron saw the people are really in ecstasy. He could not stand them because they killed Hur. They went in the beginning to Hur, and Hur told them, forget about it. They killed him on the spot. Aaron knew that if he refused, they would do the same to him. It's not just because he was, do not want to die, because for Avodah Zarah you should die. But it was another cheshbon. I don't have now time to go to it. Aaron was a Kohen and a Navi, and if they will kill a Kohen and a Navi, the chet will be too big. There will be no kapara for this. That's what the Gemara says in Masechet Sanhedrin. Anyways, because he knew that there is no other way, that's what he said to Moshe later. Ata yadata et ha'am ki berahu. The situation is not, it was very sensitive. Therefore, decided Aaron to just take the gold from them, and in his mind was to do the kruvim that later on, anyways, they're going to get the mitzvah to do it. That was in his mind. But when he put it in there, in the cheret, the chartumim did something in magic, and it's instead of the kruvim or kruv, it's come out as a egel. Why egel? Because egel is the son of the ox, the shor. And if you know about the zodiac, there is such a thing, right? There are taleh, gdi, v'shor. I don't know how to say all of them in English. Shor is an ox. Taleh, what is this? A lamb? Yeah, how do you say gdi? A goat. A goat. All of them are in the zodiac, and all of them was the avodah zarah of the Egyptians. And we have to remember, the Khartoumim were Egyptians. They just had a big twist in their mind when they realized that Moshe Rabbeinu is bigger magician than them. So they admire him. But now he's gone. After he's gone, they have no reason not to go back to their old avodah zarah. So they made it as a show, a egel, which is the baby ox. Now, the question is, why the Yidden, why the Jewish people went over this? Mainly the Mitzrim, the Egyptian, the Khartoumim, fine. But what is the meaning, Ele Elohecha Yisrael asher elucha me'eretz Mitzrayim? What actually they want to say? And here we're coming to a very deep thing. I don't know if you have time in Shavuos, after the entire night, to be in Shachris. But in Shavuos Shachris, the Kriyas Torah is the Seres HaDibros, right? And the Haftarah is the first chapter of Yechezkel, called Ma'aseh Merkava. I don't have the sources over here, but Ma'aseh Merkava is a description of Yechezkel. I'll quote to you, the way it is. I don't know how. The beginning, few verses of Perek Aleph in Yechezkel. ויהי ב30 שנה, ברביעי ב5 לחודש, says יחזקאל, ואני בתוך הגולה, I'm in בבל, על נהר כבר, on the river of the נהר פרת, נפתחו השמיים, he described, ואראה מראות אלוקים. I saw a vision, מראות אלוקים, a vision of Hashem, of Elokim. Now, he described over there many things that none of them are understood in the simple level. And he described Maaseh Merkava. Merkava in Hebrew, or translated to English, is a chariot. The idea of the chariot, the chariot represents a person. It's like a car, right? What's the idea of it? To take a passenger or a driver from one point to the other point. So, in the parable over here, Maaseh Merkava, there are two deep things in the Torah, which is the top Kabbalah thing. Maaseh Bereshit and Maaseh Merkava. Maaseh Bereshit is how Hashem created the world. In the simple level of the Torah, it's mentioned, Ki hu amar vayehi, vayomer vayehi, vayomer vayehi. He said and it happened. There is a book in Kabbalah called Sefer Yetzirah that explained how the 22 letters of Lashon HaKodesh, if you connect them in the right understanding, in the right deep meaning of them, they could create reality. And that the way it's revealed, Sefer Yetzirah, that the way Hashem created the world. So this is one thing, Maaseh Bereshit, which is very deep. The other thing called in the Kabbalah Maaseh Merkava. What Maaseh Merkava? It's mentioned in the Gemara also. Maaseh Merkava is how Hashem running the world. The world has a started point when Hashem created it, and Hashem created the world for purpose. How Hashem bringing the world from the beginning to the goal? How Hashem running the world, running the show? What's the secrets of the Hanhaga? Where things are going? All this in the parable, it's called Merkava, Maaseh Merkava. How Hashem Kivyachol traveling the world to its destination. So Yechezkel was in Bavel. This nevuah he got 6 years before the destruction of the first Beis Hamikdash, and Hashem describing to him what's going to happen. But in the beginning, you see this vision. What he saw in the vision, I will quote to you. Don't try even to understand. Even if you fluent Hebrew speakers, You will not understand the word over here. But let's see what he says. Va'eri, he said, I'm seeing. V'hine ruach se'ara ba'a min ha'tzafon. So, very strong wind come from the north. Anan gadol, ve'esh mitlakachat. A big cloud and a fire. Ve'noga lo saviv. ומתוכה כאין החשמל מתוך האש. Okay, now, ומתוכה, from all of this, דמות ארבע חיות. I saw a form of 4 animals. וזה מראיהן דמות אדם להנה. And this is the way I could describe them. They have a body of a human being, but וארבעה פנים לאחת וארבעה כנפיים לאחת מהם. It's a human being, but he has 4 faces and 4 wings. Later on, he described the faces, the 4 faces. Try to remember this. ודמות פניהם, פני אדם, ופני אריה אל הימין. The major face is a human face, but from the right side, there is a face of a lion. ופני אריה אל הימין לארבעתם, ופני שור משמאל לארבעתם. In the left is a face of an ox. ופני נשר לארבעתם, in the back, פני נשר. Eagle. Okay, could you picture that? Don't try. It's not kipshutai. It's not kipshutai. But what is the common denominator of, and this is called Maaseh Merkava. It's like a chariot that has 4 faces, meaning the engine that operates the wheels. Okay? Now, we have here 3 animals, aside from Adam, from human being, right? What's the common denominator of them? The lion, the ox, and the eagle. All of them are kings. The lion is the king of all the animals, right? The ox is the king of the home animals. That animals that mekablot marut, right? And the eagle is the king of the birds, right? Now, he described this, and of course, it's parable. It's a vision. It's a prophetic vision. The meaning of it, a little bit. The lion represents a attribute or tzurat hanhaga of God, of Hashem, that's called midat chesed. The lion. This is from the right side. The ox is in the left side is midat hadin, the attribute of judgment. We'll skip the neshama now. Okay? And the human being, the face of Adam is the rachamim. Okay. That is the description, which is an amazing description about how Hashem running the world. The problem is that Yecheskel himself, going on in the next few chapters and explain the Nevuah, which is the destruction of Beis HaMikdash, and then in chapter 10, the Perek Yud, he go back to describe the Merkava. And he repeat again the 4 faces with one change. I'll quote you from Perek Yud. Va'ere, והנה אל הרקיע אשר על ראש הכרובים כאבן ספיר, כמראה דמות כיסא נראה עליו. And he described over here כיסא הכבוד. Okay. Now he described the 4 faces of the chayot, and he says the following, וארבעה פנים לאחד. פני האחד פני הכרוב, ופני השני פני אדם, והשלישי פני אריה, והרביעי פני נשר. וירומו הכרובים, היא החיה אשר ראיתי בנהר כבר. So he described again those 4 faces. The lion is there, the nesher is there, the eagle. The ox is not there. Instead of the ox, there is a kruv. What's kruv? Kruv is a baby face. So in the description of the Merkava, in Perek Yud, there are 2 human faces. An adult face in the front But in the left side, instead of an axe, there are a baby face, which is a kruv. But he says, Hi hachaya asher raiti b'nahar kvar. This is the same one that I saw in chapter 1. But over there it was a show, an axe. What happened? So here's the secret. Here's the deep thing of it. This is the Malbim explained the following. When Hashem created the world, in the world there are 4 dimensions, 4 realms. It's called Olam HaAtzilut, Olam HaBri'ah, Olam HaYetzirah, Olam HaAsiyah. It's not, Olam is not planet, but dimension or realm. Okay? So picture a building, 4 flights, 4 floors. The lower floor called Olam HaAsiyah. The second, Olam HaYetzirah. The third, Olam HaBri'ah. And the upper, Olam HaAtzilut. There are other names for the last 3. Olam HaBri'ah called also Olam Kisei HaKavod. Olam HaYetzirah called Olam HaMalachim. And Olam HaAsiyah is the place where all the physical elements in the universe exist, which is the Domem, Tzomeh, Chai, Medaber. All the physical things. Okay. Says the Malbim, or explains the Malbim, that the second and the third, which is Olam HaYetzirah and Olam HaBri'ah, meaning Olam HaMalachim, the world of Malachim, the angels, and Olam HaKisei HaKavod, are the ones that Yecheskel describing. In chapter 1, בפרק א', he explained Olam HaMalachim, which is Olam HaYetzirah. And over there, the Merkava, כביכול, quote, quote, the chariot of God, of Hashem, has 4 faces, when in the left side is an ox. But in the higher level, in the Olam HaBri'ah, which is Olam Kisei HaKavod, over there, in the left side is not an ox, but a kruv, a baby face. Now, I hope it's not too flying. Let's just see what we could understand the common denominator between the ox and the baby face. The common denominator is diminishing something. As we said, let's take the ox and the lion. The lion is the power, the king of all the animals. The ox is also a king, but is small king. It's a king only on the home animals that mevuyatot, chayot mevuyatot, that you domestic, right, thank you. The domestic animals. So it's a diminishing of the power. Now we have to know that chesed is a lot of power. It's flow without any calculation, just giving. Din is giving, but giving only if you deserve to get it. Meaning it's diminishing, right? Says the Malbim, the higher you go, the din become more vague, more close to chesed. Therefore, in the higher level of the world, in the Olam HaBri'ah, Olam Kisei HaKavod, it's not an ox, it's human, but a little human, right? So it's the same thing, but it's higher. Now comes the secret of everything. Says the Malbim. At the end of Parashat Mishpatim, it's mentioned that Moshe Rabbeinu going to the mountain. Let me quote you the psukim over there. ויאמר השם אל משה, עלה אל היערה. Come to the mountain. ויהיה שם, ואתנה לך את לוחות האבן והתורה והמצווה. Okay, so he's going up. And it mentioned, actually this is, okay. In פרשת משפטים it says the following. ויעל משה ואהרון, נדב ואביהו, ו70 מזקני ישראל. So it's mentioned that they're going to the mountain, not all the way, but they're going up a little bit. Who is going? Moshe, Aaron, Nadav, Avihu, the sons of Aaron, ו70 מזקני ישראל. And the Torah says, ויראו את אלוקי ישראל, ותחת רגליו כמעשה לבנת הספיר וכעצם השמיים לתואר. They saw. What they saw את אלוקי ישראל. What is the meaning of this? They saw the מרכבה. Later on, ואל אצילי בני ישראל לא שלח ידו, and the others, אצילי בני ישראל is not 70 הזקנים, it's less in their level, ואל אצילי בני ישראל לא שלח ידו, and be aware, ויחזו את האלוקים ויאכלו וישתו. So אצילי בני ישראל ראו את האלוקים. When משה, אהרון, נדב ונביאו ו70 הזקנים, saw את אלוקי ישראל. Says the Malbim, there is a difference between Elokim to Elokei Israel. It's the same, it's a Kadosh Baruch Hu, but different level of how much you expose to it. It's up to your level, spiritual level. So, Aharon, Nadav, Avihu, ו70 מזקני ישראל, saw the Hashgacha of Hashem, which is the Merkava, in Olam HaBriyah. And over there, they saw that in the left side was a Kruv. But Atzilei Bnei Israel, who was in lower level, saw et ha'elokim, meaning the same Merkava, but in Olam HaYetzirah, and they saw in the left the ox. Now, the ox and the Kruv are attribute of Hashem. It has to be clear. But the question is the way Hashem running now, when Am Yisrael is not in Eretz Yisrael yet, it was in Midas Adin. הוא הוציא אותם ממצרים. Hashem took us from Mitzrayim in Midas Adin. He punished the Mitzrayim. So the entire Hanhaga is the left until we'll get to Eretz Yisrael. That was for sure that the Hanhaga is the left Hanhaga, which is not Chesed but Din. Right? The question is what Din? The Kruv or the ox? Now, when the Jewish people came to Aharon and said, we want Elohim asher yelchu lefaneinu, they actually meant, the Chartumim meant Avodah Zorah. But they actually meant what they saw in Kriyas Yam Suf, זה כלי וענווהו, ראתה שפחה על הים, מה שלא ראה יחזקאל בן בוזי, they saw, but everybody saw in their level. So they saw an ox, so they were very happy with the results. ויצא העגל הזה. Fine. But they didn't meant to avoid the Zorah at all. They meant to, this is the Hanhaga, which is the Hanhaga of ox. The Chartumim meant avoid the Zorah Mamish, because it bring them back to their old gods, right? So it was a mixed thing. Aharon in the beginning meant, remember we asked what he was in his mind when he put the gold in the head. He meant to do Kruvim, which later on we're going to get the Tzivui to do it, right? So it was all mess. But if you put all the things together, you could understand everything. They looked for something for Moshe, for substitute to Moshe Rabbeinu. Because for them, you have to remember another thing, that when they went out of Mitzrayim, until Yetzias Mitzrayim, they were idol worshippers. Everybody. Halalu of the Avodah Zarah, v'halalu of the Avodah Zarah. So for them to get used to the concept of God without any physical body or physical thing, it was very away from them. But as long as Moshe Rabbeinu was here, at least we have somebody that we could understand. He is the one, but we could relate to him. Now Moshe Rabbeinu is gone. They want something. They wanted something. They want substitute to Moshe Rabbeinu. So the entire Chet HaEgel was that only 3,000 Jews worship the Egel as an Avodah Zorah. The rest, you know, it's an Avera. Don't take me wrong. People say, wow, so according to what you say, it's a mitzvah. It's not an Avera at all, right? It was an Avera because Hashem said, don't do it. Don't do it. And the Medrash says that Hashem says to Moshe Rabbeinu, Lech red kishichet amcha. In this, the Medrash is a very, very interesting Medrash. I don't know, we have another few minutes until the next Chashuv lecturer will come. The Medrash said, let me just quote to the Medrash. This Medrash Tanchuma, it's mentioned in Medrash Rabbah also. The Medrash says the following, לך רד. אמר לו הקדוש ברוך הוא למשה, אני כבר גרמו לי הבריות לרד מכאן, meaning מן שמיים, ולראות בקלקולם. And he mentioned two times, שנאמר, וירד השם לראות את העיר ואת המגדל, מגדל בובל, so it's mentioned, השם ירד, אבל נרדה ונבלה שם שפתם, so he went down, and now he's talking to Moshe Rabbeinu and he said, you go down, לך רד. And another thing, okay. ארדנה ואראה הכצעקתה in Sodom. So he went, Hashem said, I went down already. Now it's your time to go down to see what's going on. Okay? כששמע משה כך אמר, שוב אין להם סליחה. Hashem says, oh, if Hashem comparing this to Sodom and to Migdal Bovel, this is very serious. ידע הקדוש ברוך הוא מעל בליבו של משה. And he told them, listen, לא כבר אמרתי לך בסנה, I'm quoting from the Midrash, ראו ראיתי את עוני עמי אשר במצרים, נכון, השם told them, השם said them, ראו ראיתי את עוני עמי אשר במצרים. There is a double ראייה there, ראו ראיתי. It says the Midrash, that Hashem says to Moshe Rabbeinu, אתה רואה ראייה אחת, ואני רואה שתי ראיות, I'm seeing double. שאני רואה שבאים לסיני ומקבלים את תורתי. I'm seeing them coming to Sinai and get the Torah, ואני יורד בסיני with my chariot, וירד השם על הר סיני, שהם מתבוננים בו, they will look carefully on this chariot, ושומטים אחד מהם, and they will took one of them, שנאמר, ופני שור מן השמאל. And here the Medrash says that. It's not just, the Medrash says that because they saw the Merkava, and they took the shore from the left, and they're going to do the Egel. So Hashem told Moshe Rabbeinu, and this is the essence of the Chet Egel, that they took the left attribute, left side, which is Midas Adin, which is the shore. לך רד כי שיחת עמך, says, continue the Medrash, לא נאמר כי שיחת העם, אלא עמך. אמר לו הקדוש ברוך הוא למשה, עמך עשו את העגל. It's not my nation, it's your nation, meaning the error that you took. And the Medrash even put it stronger when he quote, ויקח מידם ויצר אותו בחרת, ויאמרו אלה אלוהיך ישראל. Says the Medrash, לא אמרו אלה אלוקינו, אלה אלוקיך ישראל, meaning somebody else talking and says to the Jewish people, those are your God, right? אלה אלוקיך ישראל, who's speaking? The Erev. The Erev. So, if we'll summarize it, I think it's totally different way to look at Chet HaEgel. Chet HaEgel was a chet, for sure. It was not a mitzvah, it was a chet. Because Hashem said, לא תעשה לך פסל בכל תמונה אשר בשמיים ממעל. Don't do, אל תעשה כדמות שמשי המשמשים לפניי במרום. Don't do anything that you saw in the vision, because it's a spiritual thing. Don't actualize this to physical. And they did it. And that was the chet. But it's not avodah zarah. It's not kfira. It's not denying Hashem, chas v'shalom. It's a substitute to Moshe, and it was wrong. And it's considered our national sin. Our national sin as a nation. But it's much better, right? Okay. So. Oh, okay. It's a good question. I mentioned that in the beginning. Why ele in plural? Why ele in plural? So we have to know, this is very deep thing. The difference between plural and singular regarding to God is the difference between the truth and a lie and a false. When it's one, there is only one truth. When you have more than one truth, you could do whatever you want. You could choose what God is your dominator, right? And this is Avodah Zarah. Avodah Zarah is ele, is always a plural. Okay? Yeah?
That's moral relativism.
Yeah. They tricked him. He wasn't expecting this. He was surprised. He wanted to do whatever he wanted to do, and they did tricky. They tricked him.
But didn't he
You know, even if you're strong, if somebody surprises you, they have the benefit.
I imagine that he would have had to be strong to reject it. His idea would have been, I don't know. And how would the children going to pop out?
You know what? It's my Satan. Okay, so this is it. Thank you.